Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Code. Welcome to my channel, and in this video we're going to talk about while loops. So, while loop just simply executes some portion of code until some condition is true. We talked about conditions in the previous video, so if you're not familiar with them, just please check that video first and then come back here. So, okay. The best way to understand, any stuff about PHP or I don't know, any other stuff is to see an example. Okay, let's declare a variable a and assign a value 1. Okay, perfect. And I want to execute some portion of code while a is less than 10. So while this condition is true, and as you can see, for now it is true because 1 is less than 10. I want to echo some text, and I want to increment a value because I just echoed some text. I just concatenated the $a value of this variable and some text, and let's just check this out. Okay, yeah, I need to add a little bit. Yeah, new line. Yeah, perfect. So we have a first of all we check the condition. A is less than 10. Okay, perfect. Then we want to execute this portion of code. So echo variable a value 1 and some text, new line. Okay, perfect. Increment a value a. We incremented it. Then we check the condition again. 2 is less than 10. Okay, perfect. Then we execute the same portion of code. Increment a and see. Okay, check the condition again. 3 is less than 10. Perfect. Let's come further. And okay, then we come to the 9. So we print echo $a, which has a value 9 and some text, new line, and then we increment 9, got 10, and we check this condition. 10 is less than 10. No, that is false. And in this video we are gonna stop this while loop, and that's why, as you can see, we stopped on the value of 9. So okay, and while loops have a very big iceberg, and this iceberg is named as an infinite loop. So some developers forget to increment this value, or to make sure that this condition sometimes stops or sometimes becomes false. Because imagine this piece of code. We have a variable a and the value 1. We check the value a is less than 10. We echo some text, and we just go again. So the variable a is 1. 1 is less than 10. True. Execute this portion of code. Perfect. Again, but at the same time a is less than 10 and a is 1 again. A is not incrementing, and we will receive an infinite loop. And as you can see, so yeah, we have an infinite loop right here, and only one way to stop it. So make sure your while loop sometimes is finished, because just imagine you have a while loop on a web page, and your user is gonna be waiting almost forever. I'm saying almost because PHP has some settings on max execution time, but don't want to overwhelm you at the moment. So make sure your while loops will finish sometimes. So okay, just add this stuff. Check again. It works. Yeah, perfect. So this is basically a while loop. What I want to talk about is a do while loop. It is almost the same, but the syntax is a little bit different, and the main idea is a little bit different, most importantly. So what is a do while loop? When we talked about while loop, we see that the condition is checked first, and then we execute this portion of code. So first check condition, second execute this portion of code. In the do while loop, we first execute this portion of code, then check the condition. Okay, let's just check that out. Yeah, you can see that it is the same. So we have from 1 to 9 here with a while loop, and from 1 to 9 in a do while loop. So but you know, a very big difference comes when we will change the value of the variable a to 10. So okay, let's just imagine what's gonna happen. Do while loop. Okay, remember, first execute this portion of code, and then and only then check the condition. So this portion of code is gonna be executed always without checking this condition, and this is gonna be 10 because $a is 10. We come here, even if I say 100 or you know any reasonable number, it's gonna you know, it's gonna fall back. Our PHP is gonna fall back here, and then and only then check this condition. So let's just check that out with a while loop. Not just do while, but just a simple old-fashioned while. Yeah, we see absolutely nothing here because we first check the condition and then and only then we execute this portion of code. So I recommend you to use this syntax with a while loop because you know I just you know, in my experience most developers use this kind of syntax, but you have to be familiar with this syntax too because you know, it is a basic PHP syntax and you have to understand what is going on here if you see some code with a do while loop. But you know, I recommend you to start using while loops and use do while only if you see the idea why do you really need to use it. Don't use it just to use it. Just okay, if you have some task that requires to use a do while loop, okay, it is perfect way to do it. But you know, in most cases I recommend you to stick with a while kind of old-fashioned while loop. So okay, this is all for while loops, and in the next video we're gonna talk about for loops. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video.